On the news at 7, Ondo APC chairman Aditsime dismisses alleged comment on Governor Akeredolu's health, says governor is fast recovering. President Tinubu seeks confirmation of service chiefs, writes National Assembly. On the foreign scene, United Arab Emirates orders arrest of a man for lavish display of wealth. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on Osrc News at 7. I am Oyewumi Ayini Bara. The Ondo State chapter of the All Progressives Congress APC has described a report credited to the national chairman of the party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, on the state of health of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu as untrue, mischievous, wicked, and insensitive. According to Ondo State APC chairman, Mr. Aditsime, says reports which allegedly quoted Adamu as insinuating that Governor Akeredolu is in a state of extreme incapacity is nothing but the wicked imagination of some desperate politicians. Aditsime, who attended the APC caucus and National Executive Council meeting alongside the national chairman, explained that the false, malicious, and outrageous report was the exact opposite of Abdullahi Adamu, who was indeed excited with the news of the speedy recovery of Arakuni Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, while aligning with other well-meaning Nigerians in their prayers for the prompt return of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu to the country to continue a purpose-driven governance. Aditsime said the widely circulated reports marks of mischief and abandonment of professional ethics of journalism. He insisted that at no time did the APC national chairman or any other individual at the gathering, said Ondo State Governor, who recently communicated the State Executive Council and Assembly, was incapacitated while advising genuine reporters to resist gross misrepresentation and mischievous twists of events which the purveyors of falsehood are now parading as news. Meanwhile, Ondo State Governor Arakuni Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has forwarded a letter extending his medical leave to the State House of Assembly. This follows doctors' advice on the need to take adequate rest after recuperating. Receiving the letter on behalf of other lawmakers, Speaker Ondo State House of Assembly Olamide Oladiji said the governor's action is in line with Section 190 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. According to the letter, his deputy Lucky Ayedatiwa would continue to act as governor until there is a written declaration to the contrary. The governor had in his letter on 5th June 2023 informed that he was proceeding on medical leave and expected to resume on the 6th of July 2023. The speaker, who expressed appreciation to God for the speedy recovery of the governor, expressed optimism that he would soon resume his duty. As the global community marks this year's World Population Day, emphasis has been placed on the need to bridge gender gap by promoting gender equality in all areas. The theme for this year's celebration is Unleashing the Power of Gender Equality, uplifting the voices of women and girls to unlock our world's infinite possibilities. Osrc's Joy Pius now completes the story.
Established by the United Nations in the year 1989, the World Population Day is being celebrated across the globe on July 11 every year. Over the years, World Population Day has played a crucial role in raising awareness about global population issues and their impact on society, advocating for reproductive rights and encouraging policies and programs that support sustainable development and the well-being of all individuals. The focus this year is on gender equality with the theme Unleashing the Power of Gender Equality, uplifting the voices of women and girls to unlock our world's infinite possibilities. Speaking on the importance of the day, Ondo State Director, National Population Commission, Mr. Oluyemi Falusi, highlighted the crucial role of gender equality in achieving sustainable development.
Every year we take an aspect of the society, and this year we are looking at gender equality and giving voices to the women and girls. Part of what we are looking for that we expect that should be achieved, one, in the area of educating our children, the boys, the girls, they should be given equal opportunity. Let our girls go for good courses, anything that can develop the society, engineering, maths, and a lot of other things. Also, in the area of employment, let's give them equal opportunity.
Other stakeholders advised the female folks to always rise to the challenge of engaging in numerous efforts that promote their welfare.
It has to be sustained because nowadays the men alone cannot, cater for the house. With the support of a woman, if the man and the woman is not working, they bring in what they earn to enlarge their family.
I will advise them to put more effort, and they need to promote the integrities of our nation, the integrity of themselves. Women should not be used anyhow.
Women should go out and take their chances, and they should go out and be bold to, do whatever a man can do. So don't stay back and say it's a man's world. Everything should be done by a man. In terms of politics, education, any sector, a man should come out and showcase themselves.
The Special Advisor to Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu on Gender, Mrs. Olamide Falana, noted that unlike in the past, where females are not allowed participation in key areas of the society, progress has been recorded. Mrs. Falana, however, stated that there is still more to be done to bridge gender gap in the country.
Although in Ondo State we have done well, we have actually had quite a lot of progress and success. One of such is the fact that the governor of our state, Arakurian Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, has been so determined and so supportive of gender cause. In all ways, he has been determined to ensure that women have a place of pride, which he has demonstrated in political will through the appointments of women in various key positions across the state. He also demonstrated it by ensuring that there is adequate funding for any gender-specific activity that speaks to the development of women and girls in Ondo State. So Ondo State is doing very well, and I dare to say that Ondo is one of the states that is actually pulling up the data of Nigeria when it comes to gender equality and when it comes to bridging the gender equality gap that we may have in the country. However, we still have a lot to do, and we have lots more to conquer.
As the world progresses towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 5, gender equality, by 2030, there is hope that the issue of gender inequality would have been reduced considerably. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
You're still watching Osrc News at 7. After the break, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay with us.
When it's bright and early, get your breakfast right. Then you need all the nutrients that will hold you tight. Then stay in power, you find it all in Peak. Then every move you make, Peak's got you all the way. Yeah. And the Peak goes on.
Power on every morning with our Peak protein breakfast to make the most of every day. Peak, reach for your peak.
Win an all-expense-paid trip to Disneyland in the Indomie Golden Magnet promo. To participate, just buy the Indomie 70-gram pack and look for the magnet inside. Log into www.indomie.ng/Golden Magnet promo to fill in your details and enter your unique magnet code. All the Golden Magnet winners will get to experience the wonders of Disneyland. Silver Magnet winners stand a chance to win amazing prizes. Every pack of Indomie you buy comes with your favorite Indomitable magnet. Terms and conditions apply. Indomie, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Welcome to Buckingham Parks and Gardens, the epitome of standard and luxury living. Nestled amidst nature's beauty, this exquisite real estate development offers you of comfort, elegance, and tranquility. Convenience and accessibility are paramount at Buckingham Parks and Gardens. Children from field and recreational centers are not excluded in this world-class aesthetic estate situated at Aisu Road, Owodiede, Oshogbo in Osun State. Don't miss your chance to be a part of this extraordinary community. Contact our sales team today at Buckingham Parks and Garden. Your dream home awaits you.
Agron Homes.
Building cities, communities, and homes.
Thank you very much for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV. Ondo. Senator Gbenga Daniel and former governor of Ogun State has advised politicians who are either former governors in the National Assembly or in other political appointments to avoid their temptation of falling for double remunerations. Senator Daniel said this while fielding questions from newsmen in Abuja. He said it was safer for former governors to reject double remuneration by collecting both the allowances as former governor and earning salaries as senators or in whatever federal elective or appointive position, because they would be compelled to make the payment in the future. The federal government has arranged the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2023 governorship election in Ogun State, Ladi Adebutu, in absentia for alleged vote buying. 5 other persons were arraigned alongside Adebutu before an Ogun State High Court sitting in Abeokuta. The All Progressives Congress APC, through its Ogun State chairman, Yemi Sanusi, had earlier petitioned the Inspector General of Police over the allegation. A federal high court, Abuja, has stopped the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, from prosecuting the suspended Adamawa resident electoral commissioner, Udu Yunusa Ari, over his declaration of Aisha Dahiru, the All Progressives Congress APC candidate, as governor in the March 18 poll. Justice Donatus Okorowo gave the order after Mr. Michael Awondoka, SAN, counsel to Dahiru, moved the ex parte motion to the effect following the plea of the APC candidate in the poll who had sued INEC, the Attorney General of the Federation, and another as respondent. Awondoka, while moving the motion, argued that until the Election Petitions Tribunal decides the fate of his client in accordance with Section 149 of the Electoral Act 2022, the prosecution of Yunusa Ari cannot be said to be valid. He said the decision of INEC to file an action against any person involved in Dahiru's April 15 declaration as winner of the supplementary poll in the state, when the tribunal was yet to determine the petition of his client, would deprive Binani of the grace under the law, which gives 180 days within which the petition filed on May 6 should be dispensed with. A legal luminary, Are Afe Babalola, says sitting judges should not preside over election petitions tribunal. The senior advocate of Nigeria said judges who preside over election tribunals should be separate from regular court judges to avoid the unnecessary halting of cases due to unrelated matters. While speaking at an event in Ado-Ekiti to mark a 60th anniversary at the bar, Chief Babalola said the judiciary needs a total overhaul even as he is suggested that retired judges and respectable SANs should constitute tribunal judges. The Lagos State Fire Service has confirmed the occurrence of 1,642 emergencies between January and June 2023, with 42 casualties. Similarly, 177 persons were rescued, while properties worth over 14 billion naira were destroyed. In its media activity report, the Director, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adesheye, explained that out of the 1,462 emergencies attended to, fire disasters ranked highest with 924 incidents in different parts of the state. The report noted that 92 emergencies on rescue were recorded, 41 on salvage, 3 on explosion, and 2 on building collapse, while 404 calls were received. Adesheye added that investigations revealed that carelessness and negligence were the major causes of the disasters. Still in Lagos, unknown persons have allegedly carted away the recently restored airfield lighting system at the domestic runway of Murtala Muhammad Airport in Ikeja, Lagos. The disappearance of the approach lighting systems had raised security concerns on Nigeria's busiest airport, with feelers alleging those who carted away the lighting system took advantage of the closure of the runway for over 3 months. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Aviation, Dr. Emmanuel Mariebol, has directed that several heads of relevant be suspended over the missing lighting equipment. Investigations had since commenced to unravel those responsible for the missing safety equipment. The Acting Controller General of Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, has vowed a heavy clampdown on oil thieves, insisting that the nation cannot afford to let saboteurs take over its economy. Adeniyi, while noting that cases of smuggling of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, still persist at the country's border stations despite the removal of subsidy on the commodity, said security personnel have intercepted a suspected Cameroon-bound vessel with a cargo of crude oil on board. Following the receipt of credible intelligence, a private security contractor engaged by NNPC Limited, Mercel Tantita Security Services, intercepted a suspicious vessel with a cargo of crude oil on board. President Bola Tinubu announced the end of the petrol subsidy during his inaugural address on May 29, 2023, after the federal government had kept subsidizing the products for several decades, spending trillions of naira in process. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has warned marketers in Kogi State to stop tampering with sales belonging to Nigeria Mainstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. IPMAN chairman in Kogi State, Mr. Majid Okomai, who gave the warning when he met with the state coordinator of NMDPRA engineer Orit Godwin, noted that the cautioning became necessary given the unfolding event that led to the arrest of 12 marketers for allegedly removing seals and harassing the NMDPRA surveillance team while on duty. He described the act of removing NMDPRA seals as unlawful, noting that the body is committed to upholding the rules guiding the Nigeria downstream sector. Okumai equally appealed to the management of NMDPRA to temper justice with mercy, assuring that henceforth all members of IPMAN who are found wanting will face the full wrath of the law. He also assured NMDPRA that IPMAN will collaborate with the agency to weed out any marketers engaging in sharp practices across the 21 local governments of Kogi State. Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NERD, has expressed its intention to initiate an open-ended strike if the Nigerian government does not fulfill its demands by next week. In an interview with newsmen, the president of NERD, Dr. Emeka Oji, revealed that the association's ultimatum to the government followed a fresh 2-week notice issued last week, just as they urged concerned authorities to implement the pending agreement that were made during a 5-day warning strike in May. NERD had previously signed a memorandum of understanding with the government aiming to address the concerns raised by resident doctors. The doctors have put forth a set of requests including immediate end to the evaluation of membership certificates issued by the West African Postgraduate Medical and Surgical Colleges by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, prompt payment of all salary arrears, the implementation of the consolidated medical salary structure, as well as increase in their hazard allowance. They are also seeking the local adoption of the Medical Residency Training Act, among other issues. Dr. Orji expressed dissatisfaction with the government's lack of action in scheduling a meeting to discuss the agreement and fulfill the demands put forth by the doctors. The Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, said consumption of fruit ripened with calcium carbide may cause cancer, heart failure, kidney failure, and liver failure. Professor Adeyeye also said fruit ripened with calcium carbide may cause frequent thirst, irritation in the mouth and nose, weakness, permanent skin damage, difficulty in swallowing, vomiting, as well as skin ulcer. Adeyeye, who spoke at the official flag-off of the agency media sensitization workshop on the dangers of drug hawking and ripening of fruits with calcium carbides, said ripening of fruits with carbide is a public challenge which the nation must fashion out a multifaceted approach to tackle its menace. The NAFDAC Director General noted that the artificial ripening of fruit leads to the considerable loss of properties such as color, taste, and feel, and such practice does not give the natural aroma and flavor to the fruit. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has offered a scholarship to Ms. Nkechinyere Ume, who emerged best performing candidate in the 2023 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations. Soludo said the gesture followed the recent JAMB declaration of Ume from Anambra State as the highest scorer with a cumulative mark of 360 in the examination. The governor congratulated the remarkable student for doing the state proud with exceptional performance. The Center for Citizens with Disabilities (CCD) has tasked the National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA), states and local council on adequate measures to reduce disaster risks caused by climate change for persons with disabilities. Executive Director CCD David Ayele gave the charge during a media briefing in Lagos on a matter of urgency and significance for PWDs on impending flooding in some parts of the country. Ayele said despite calls by the disability community on disaster risk emergency management agencies had failed to adequately plan or include PWDs in the development and implementation of national and local strategies. According to him, if adequate care is not taken to address issues beforehand, most PWDs will lose their lives and properties. The chairman of Heirs Holdings, Tony Elumelu, will join King Charles III of the United Kingdom and United States President Joe Biden at the 2023 Climate Finance Mobilization Forum. The forum, holding in London, would help to attract a new generation of capital to combat climate change. According to organizers, achieving the goals of the Paris Agreement requires unlocking private investment at unprecedented scale with renewed political will from elected government officials. Elumelu is one of the Africa's most prominent advocates for equitable climate finance and a leading funder of young African entrepreneurs through the Tony Elumelu Foundation. On the foreign scene, the United Arab Emirates (UAE) has ordered the arrest of a man who was filmed arrogantly telling a car dealer in a luxury showroom to sell the most expensive cars in the garage to him. According to the state-run news agency WAM, the video depicting lavish display of wealth insults and ridicules Emirati society and incites harmful public opinion of citizens. In the viral video, an Asian man in an Emirati dress is seen attempting to buy a car worth $545,000 and other ones while being flanked by people carrying large sums of money. Meanwhile, the UAE's Federal Prosecution for Combating Rumors and Cybercrimes has ordered the detention of the man pending investigations after being accused of abusing the internet in posting exciting propaganda that stirs up public opinion and harms the public interests. Still on the foreign scene, the government of Iraq and TotalEnergies have signed a long-awaited deal worth $27 billion that should see Iraq's oil production grow and boost its reliance on domestic gas for power generation. The deal also involves the development of low-carbon energy in Iraq. Akintunde Akishimola has details.
Iraq has signed a massive deal with French oil major TotalEnergies to develop the country's energy sector. The agreement is valued at $27 billion and is meant to boost output of oil, gas, and renewables. It was actually first signed back in 2021, but it has since faced delays amid disputes between Iraqi politicians over the terms. TotalEnergies CEO Patrick Pouyanné said the world could now progress rapidly.
It depends on the projects. I believe that the first part of the solar plant will come within 2 years. After that, we will work to do a first part of the oil part, which should increase production to 120,000 barrels per day within 2 years as well. We have 4 years of work to spend more than $10 billion, so it's a huge project. 4 projects, in fact.
Iraq will have a smaller than expected 30% stake in the project. Specific plans include recovering flared gas from oil fields and using it to supply power plants. It will also develop a solar network to supply power in one region. The country's energy minister called it the start of renewable energy in Iraq. Baghdad hopes it will also revive investors' interest in its oil sector, which has seen output stagnate. Other majors like ExxonMobil and BP have cut back their operations there in recent years. Akintunde Akishimola for Osrc News.
And that's the news tonight. But before we go, another look at the major stories. We told you in the news that the Ondo State APC chairman, Ade Adesime, has dismissed alleged comments on Governor Akeredelu's health. It says Governor is fast recovering. United Arab Emirates orders arrest of a man for a lavish display of wealth. And that's the news tonight. Thank you very much for watching.